Welcome back. Today we're doing a quick deep dive into the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu trial, specifically the latest session.
That's right. Things took an interesting turn with an adjournment and, well, some clear disagreements popping up.
Yeah, particularly around witness testimony and the timing for cross-examination. That seems to be the real sticking point.
Absolutely. So our mission really is to unpack what actually happened in court based on the available reports.
Okay, let's get straight to it. Kanu himself made a statement. Right. Part of a video shown in court.
Yes, exactly. He was quoted saying something like, the invasion of my house was unnecessary.
And didn't he add something about who the real enemy was?
He did. He said, whoever authorized the invasion of my house is the real enemy. It's quite a direct statement.
How does that play, you think, strategically?
Well, it sets a tone, doesn't it? Frames this whole situation as, being targeted from the start. It's likely foundational for the defense.
Makes sense. Then there was this letter from the Attorney General, admitted as Exhibit G.
Right, and the witness, interestingly, asked for it to be read out loud in court.
But Kanu didn't comment on it.
No, kept silent on the contents. It's a tactical silence, perhaps. Maybe they don't see it as damaging or they're holding back.
Or waiting. Okay, and before the testimony got going, the judge issued a warning.
Yes, a standard procedure, but important. Basically told anyone not officially listed for the hearing to leave or face contempt charges. Clears the room, focuses the proceedings.
Right. Standard but necessary. So let's move to the main testimony. PW2BBB.
Yes. This witness's role was described as investigating IPOB, Kanu himself, and the ESN.
And what were the key claims? The prosecution is trying to link Kanu directly to founding these groups.
Pretty much. Claimed Kanu founded Radio Biafra, IPOB, ESN, laying the groundwork, establishing leadership.
And then came the more specific allegations, linking him to actual events.
Exactly. The witness alleged Kanu's involvement, or rather influence, in the burning of the Lagos High Court back in 2020.
Well, okay. Any others?
Yes, also the Ila Samaja police station and even Murtala Mohammed Airport, all in that same time frame, 2020. These are obviously very serious accusations.
Definitely. And it didn't stop there, did it? There were claims about things Kanu allegedly said.
Correct. The witness testified that Kanu called for the killing of police officers.
That's a major point of incitement, if proven.
Absolutely. And also that he pushed for the sit-at-home orders and told followers to, enforce them.
Enforce them how? Was that specified?
The implication was through pressure or potentially violence, though the exact wording might be crucial later. The witness also mentioned Kanu asking why Ahmed Gulak was out on a sit-at-home day shortly before Gulak was killed.
Tying his words close to a specific tragic event. That's powerful testimony for the prosecution.
It is. The witness also apparently named some states Kanu allegedly wanted for his proposed Biafra region, reinforcing the secessionist aspect.
Okay, so after all that testimony, the defense steps up and they asked for a delay.
Yes, they wanted to postpone the cross-examination until Wednesday.
Why the delay? What was their reasoning?
They argued they needed time. Specifically, time to gather information about the causes of deaths that might be linked to Kanu's broadcasts.
So they want to investigate those links themselves before questioning the witness.
Precisely. They're likely looking into whether those deaths can really be directly attributed to Kanu's words, or if there were, other factors, other causes. It's about causality.
Which is often really hard to prove legally, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially with speech.
Extremely hard. So the defense is saying essentially, hold on, we can't properly challenge this witness until we've done our own homework on these alleged consequences.
But the prosecution and the judge weren't keen on slowing down.
No, they favored an accelerated hearing. They wanted to keep the momentum going.
So how did the defense counter that, Agabi SN?
Yeah, Agabi argued forcefully that this information gathering was absolutely necessary for a fair cross-examination. He explained why even pushing it to Friday wouldn't be enough time. They needed until Wednesday.
And they got it seemed.
They did. The trial was adjourned.
So where do things stand now? What are the next dates?
The trial is set to continue on May 14th, then the 21st and 22nd. That's when we'll likely see this cross-examination finally happen.
Okay, so the defense gets its time, and the next sessions will be crucial for testing the strength of that witness testimony.
Exactly. The court basically acknowledged the defense needs to prepare properly. It sets things up for a really critical phase.
Right. And that really leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? For you, listening, consider just how complex it is to draw a straight line from someone's public statements to real-world events, especially violent ones.
Yeah. What kind of specific information do you think the defense is trying to dig up right now? What could possibly counter the prosecution's narrative about those deaths during the cross-examination? It really shows you the nuts and bolts of building a legal argument in a case like this.